Hey, welcome back. So we're going to continue reading from How to Get Off the Financial Tightrope, the book that I wrote in 2008. And the subtitle of this is What You Did Not Learn About Money in School by me, James Rudd. That's me. Okay, that's me as proof right there when I was a young man. Okay, let's continue. We were in the context. We're going right here. We're going right here and we're going to read Oh You Do Not Know. So we're going to continue reading that in this video here and we're going to stop. Then after that, we'll go to day one in the next video. In this, there's 7 days in this book. Okay, I broke this book down into 7 days. And you can buy this book for $19 for the PDF version. And then there's tier 2, $29, which would be the PDF version, and also some other additional bonuses, some audio reflections and some printable worksheets, for example, budget and debt, so on and so forth. And then the next tier up will be the $49 tier. And I'll put that link in the description right below and here in this video here. The next tier will be $49. So you'll obviously get the book and everything from tier 1 to tier 2 with the printable worksheets, so on and so forth. You'll also get some video lessons, okay? And also you'll get an economic power guide, which will be really cool, and some things about 2026, how to apply some of these principles in 2026. And also, by the way, this is not financial advice. This is a book that I wrote back in 2008, which may eventually get revised. And if you want it, do not go to the website that's on here, howmoneyreallyworks.com, because I used to own that website. Right now, it might be used by somebody else. I may still own it. Who knows? Anyway, the link for getting this book will be right down below. And then what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to do everybody an also favor. I'm revising this book to 2026 version and beyond, because a lot of things have happened since 2008. All right, let's get started. So I talked about the last sentence I'll put here is if only there was a solution to begin with, and that solution is financial education. That's where we left off last. So, by the way, okay, if you got a 401k, the 401k and IRA plan is not really a solution to a retirement dream, as some people may think. That's right. If you have not checked your portfolio for 2008, it's a long time ago, go take a look and see what I mean. The floor or 2020, 26. Go take a look at your 401k and your IRA. How's it doing? The 401k IRA plan is just a vision of things that could happen if everything goes according to a financial plan. If people do not watch their investments in their 401k or IRA to see how it's doing, then they could be losing an absolute fortune. Okay? This is one of the reasons why financial education is so important. So, for example, let's say somebody retires in 2026 and we have a stock market crash. I'm not saying we're going to have one, but let's say we do. And some people retired and they're like, hey, I'm retired in 2026. And all of a sudden, the stock market they have, let's say hypothetically, okay, I mean, this is realistic for some people out there who are lucky enough or who are blessed enough to have $1 million. They've saved that much. But for the most majority of people, probably not going to. But let's say a person has $1 million in their 401k and IRA, and all of a sudden the stock market crashes 20%. That person just lost 200 grand. But they took like 20 years and they invested like a mad person to get to that $1 million. Okay? And now they lost 200 grand. How long is it going to take for them to get to that 200 grand back to get to that $1 million? Depends on what the stock market says, folks. Anyway, let's take a look. Take a look at Social Security and Medicare. Can people really depend on these systems to take care of them anymore? I mean, the baby boomer generation is starting to retire. They're already retiring. And a lot of them have retired at this point. Okay? By the thousands now and for many years to come. Then after that, it's time for Generation X, which is my generation. Some of the older Generation X are not quite there yet, but they're getting there to retire very soon. I'm far from it, thank God. I'm getting up there though, let's put it that way. All right, then after that, it's time for Generation X to retire and so on and so forth. Do you really think the US government has enough money in the bank for this? Let me put it this way. Does the U.S. government even have a bank? What is the Federal Reserve? Think about it, folks. All right. People need help understanding money and getting a real financial education that will help them in the generations in front of them. I'm curious to know how long it will take for people and the government to allow their debt and financial struggles to be a bad example to future generations. In other words, taking responsibility for their actions and clean up their act so this mess does not happen again. All of us pretty much have debt. All of us are responsible at times, and all of us are irresponsible at times. Except the few lucky ones, the few blessed ones who have discipline on everything they do. They pinch pennies, they this, they that. Watch every dollar they spend. But is that really the life that they want to live by doing that? By being cheapskates on certain things? Look, here's the deal. Life is not guaranteed. 10 seconds from now, any of us could drop dead. 1 minute tomorrow. You could be watching this video and the next minute hey, a friend passed away, a family member passed away. Something happens. I've had lots of loved ones pass away in my life. My parents passed away, my grandmother, all within 1 year, less than 1 year. That broke my heart a lot. And I came to realize life is short. So do what you got to do to make life better for yourself. And don't worry about tomorrow so much. But be responsible for sure with money. Definitely. And leave an inheritance to your children's children if you have grandkids or you have kids. It's the wise thing to do. It's the biblical thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. If you can. And that can be through life insurance, by the way. Or set up yourself a nice estate plan. Trust. Put in trust. And lawyers and all that other stuff can talk about that. By the way, Trust and Will, I don't sponsor them, but that's a really good website, Trust and Will. You also have LegalZoom.com where they can have trusts and wills there as well. Anyway, all right, let's get on with it. On the other hand, there are too many companies out there leading people astray when it comes to helping them with grasping the realities of money. This has to stop. Otherwise, the cycle is going to continue itself. Additionally, the majority of the school systems do not teach kids about money either. We talked about that before. Some people are lucky enough to go to college or blessed enough to go to college, per se. Or in high school now, they're starting to teach a little bit of financials about debt and about saving money. Good for them. All right, I commend that. So, what we will learn in this book is something that has cost me a lot of time to put together. People need to help. People need help understanding money. Sharing with people the money skills and trials I have gone through is a passion to me. It really is. That's why I'm also reading this book so you can learn something from my book that I wrote. Okay? I believe that financial knowledge should not be withheld from anybody. Nobody. It's not fair. Nobody. I know life is not fair, but it should not be held from anybody anymore. There's too much out there. I also believe that helping kids and adults understand money will help people now and help people in future generations. Okay? I've also become very financially knowledgeable, and there's a desire to share this information with you, the listener, and the reader of my book, because what I know you can help you. All right? That is the main reason this book was created. This book is created to help you and people like you when you're looking for a financial education. However, this is very important. You need to take the necessary steps for your success. I can read all day and all night, but if you do not take action steps, guess what? You've taken the steps that you thought were going to help you. 0 steps. You need to take action steps for you to be helped. As this book was being written, I decided to comb through a lot of the unnecessary information about money from real life experiences and give you the keys about how money really works. Okay? Why spend more time than you need to learning about money? Life is limited on time as it is. If you truly want to learn about money and be on your way to financial freedom, then read this book and take notes, or listen and take notes. I have made this book short and to the point. It's 123 pages, folks. I'm sorry. 132 pages. Let me double check here. 132 pages. Okay? Therefore, it does not take a long time to understand what to know and what to do. This book covers many aspects about money. that you probably did not learn in life or in school, right? This book is going to teach you how to get off the financial tightrope, period. Every person has a different situation when it comes to money. Therefore, I decided to make this book geared toward the person who wants to learn how to increase their income, okay? Budget their money, save their money, reduce their expenses, get out of debt, invest wisely, and potentially open a business. Build your economic power. That's what this channel is about. Open a business. Use a skill that you have so you can get off that tightrope to pay some stuff off and eventually open a business as well. And we'll talk about that as this channel expands as well. So I hope that you can learn from this book, apply what you've learned, and enjoy the read. Thank you so much for listening through that oh you do not know. All right. The next one is called Day One. And Day One is called Know What Money is About. And I'm going to read that to you. Okay. But not right now. That's going to be in the next video. So, again, if you're interested in buying this book, How to Get Off the Financial Tightrope, remember, I wrote this in 2008. But there's a lot of information in this book that is pertinent to today. The price is $19. The next tier is $29, which includes this book. All digital download, by the way, not physical copy, okay? All digital download. Includes the book, the PDF, the $29 one, and it's got some bonus audio reflections. So, and I'll be basically talking about some things in today's economy. And the printable worksheets and checklists. For example, you get a budget, debt, and other checklists that I feel that you're going to need. The next step after that is a tier 3, which is $49. Everything you're going to get the book, the audio, the commentary, so forth, the printable worksheets, checklists, budgets, debt, so on and so forth. And you get some video lessons that you can apply if you want to. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. But you also get what's called an economic power guide. It's going to be a bonus. It's going to be really cool and and manual, basically a bonus on applying some principles in 2026. And you'll get the lifetime updates on future content in there. Okay, so again, how to get off the financial tightrope. You want to purchase this book? It's in the description. Thanks, folks, for listening. I really, really appreciate your time. God bless you. Please share and like this channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithms to go, yay! Let's spread this channel to other people. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk about Day One, which is called Know What Money is About. All right. Bye-bye.